Hey guys, Dan Malone here from MassLive.com alongside Andrew Cyr, the freshly shaven Andrew Cyr at the Massachusetts Daily Collegian. It looks like he's 10 years old all of a sudden.
Yeah, it was a long month of November, and it looked like steel wool in the sink when I was done trimming it. So
to say you won't find me doing that anytime soon. But we're here at the Malone Center just after UMass wrapped up a 99-69 win over Boston University, game that I think was 12-12 at one point early in the first half, and then UMass went on a 19-3 run and just kind of blew them out of the water. It was never close. Got up to 35 points in the second half. Another game where the walk-on Zach Turcotte gets in there. They're getting close to pushing 100 points here, if not for trying to get him a couple baskets. And I think after losing by 21 to Creighton last week in Las Vegas, in a game where they didn't shoot well, they had no kind of rhythm offensively, to have them come out early on, playing well, shooting well, scoring well, I think it was a kind of a big step for a young team that was kind of looking to get some of its confidence back.
It was, and I think when you came into this game, you had that week layover. They were going to respond one of two ways. Were they going to come out sluggish? Were they going to take a little bit of time to catch their rhythm, get their feet under them? Or are they going to come out well rested and fired out like they did today? And you saw that they made, I think it was 12 3-pointers in the first half.
Yep.
They were getting to the rim with ease. Jabari Hines, Trey Davis, they were easily penetrating that Boston University defense. Great game all around from this team. Boston University, not the toughest team on their schedule, but nonetheless, Coach Kellogg was pleased with the way they played. And I thought you saw a lot of good things, especially from Rashawn Holloway inside. Career high 18 points, played a lot of minutes.
7 boards.
Block,
yeah.
It was his best game of the year. And I think when you look to Holloway, I think that's the kind of player UMass wants him to be and Kellogg kind of expects him to be. He's still got a long way to go, but the fact that they were feeding him inside and he was getting open looks inside was a big plus for the Minutemen.
Yeah, he didn't have a perfect game. He had a couple fouls where I think he probably got frustrated again. He gets called because he's a big dude. He's going to have those things. He missed a couple easy baskets. He had a really ugly trip to the free throw line at one point. So he's clearly still a freshman. But if he can get away from having those freshman games where nothing goes right and he has to ride the bench and they have to go small like they did early, that's only going to help this team down the stretch. Derek has talked about wanting to establish a post presence, and we saw some of that tonight. It's not perfect. It's a work in progress, but he's getting there. You can kind of see some of the end product that they want out of a kid who's got soft hands, who knows his way around the paint, who can push some guys around, obviously, when he's down there. And it was good to kind of see him come out and have what's a career night for him. You mentioned one thing, BU obviously not the strongest team. They played Kentucky really tough.
They did.
They were leading Kentucky at one point. I know they lost by like 20. They're only
82,
down
62.
at like 9 at the half. So I wasn't coming in here expecting a 35-point lead at one point.
Yeah, and that run in that first half. CJ Anderson came off the bench, made those back-to-back 3-pointers, and that just sparked, was a 19-3 run or something like that, you said? Yeah. And you saw right then, I think you knew the game was pretty much over right when that run sparked. And this team played well, came out with that energy. And back to Holloway, I thought that his passing inside is going to be something that is going to be huge for the Minutemen moving forward. He's got great hands, especially with, like he said in the press conference, when he's got the ball in the post, he likes to find the cutter. Seth Berger, one in particular, he mentioned cutting to the hoop. So I think that
there was a no-look bounce pass there at the end.
And I think that, you saw Malik Hines had a couple big blocks. I think that he's not as far along as Holloway is, but I think the two of them, being only 6 games into their college career, I think they've matured quite nicely, and I think that it's going to be interesting to see how much they continue to develop moving forward and into conference play.
Another guy that we had at the press conference after the game, where we normally don't, CJ Anderson, he reached double digits too, first time in his career. You mentioned the kind of the back-to-back threes. He's a guy who doesn't always impact the stat sheet night to night, but he can do a bunch of different things because he's a bigger guy. He likes to rebound. He runs the point when he's on the floor, whether Trey Davis or Jabari Hines are out there. So it's nice to see him kind of contribute. I know he got some flack last year from fans when he was on a really long scoring drought. To see him knock a couple shots down is good for him. In general, they just came out really aggressive. Trey Davis from the get-go was out here shooting threes, driving the lane. Jabari too, and I mean, obviously. When you're Trey Davis, you've got your pal Marcus Smart, Celtics guard, in the audience. You want to come out and have a good game, and he did.
He did, and he shot the ball real well in the first half. He was really aggressive, sporting the new cornrows look. Definitely a nice look for him, little AI look-alike. But no, Davis had an excellent game. It was nice to see Marcus Smart in the house. Two of them played a pickup ball with Zach Coleman back in their middle school days in Texas. So it's nice to see a guy like that come out, professional athlete, come to a school like UMass. The fans were loving it. Trey Davis was loving it. It was just a good atmosphere, and I think that it's good for the program to get some publicity like that and to put on a performance like Davis did, where, like I said, he was getting to the hoop, he was making his shots early on, 20 points again, and Hines, another guy, third time this season or fourth time now he's got 20 or more points. So just the fact that DK knows they're the two best players and they've played like it. And Dante Clark's another one, had another impressive performance tonight. So the three of them have really carried this team, and I think the rest of the pieces are slowly starting to fall together.
Yeah, it was nice to see them do that after what happened against Creighton. A great night all around for the Minutemen, who improved to 5-1. They'll be in Springfield at the Mass Mutual Center on Saturday, 4 o'clock. That's a nationally televised game against Ole Miss on NBC Sports Network. So I guess we'll see you down there in Springfield.
Yep, definitely. Thank you, Dan.
Thanks.